Now I am going to show you how to integrate the Razorpay that I have got in the last lecture. You know, I have got two keys, key ID and key secret. So using those two keys, I will just integrate the Razorpay in my application. So a person will be able to pay using my page. So for that reason, I am going to create a new Laravel application now in my computer. So here I am going to create the new Laravel app. So for that reason, I am going to search by Laravel doc. So I am going to the documentation of Laravel first. The latest version is Laravel 10. I am going to the installation section, and here you see the composer code is here. Now I am going to install the Laravel here in my desktop. So I am going to open my terminal and I am going to select my desktop, and then I am going to create a new Laravel app. I am going to give the name as Razorpay. So the new Laravel application is going to be installed here. Okay, it has been installed here. You see the new folder comes, that is Razorpay. Now I am going to enter into there, that is Razorpay folder, and then I am going to run my server php artisan serve. So a server will run in my computer. So I can just copy this and into browser I am going to run this. So you see the new Laravel app is has been running now, and here you see the version is Laravel 10. Okay, so it is installed successfully in my computer. Now I am going to move this, that is Razorpay folder, into my VS Code editor. And after moving the Razorpay here, you will see that in the view, this is actually the view. The view is actually this space. Now I am going to change it. So here I am going to create a basic HTML file, and here I am going to give it a name, that is Laravel, and then Razorpay integration. So like this, and here into here I am going to give my product name. For example, product name is laptop. The product price, the price is for example $7, and here I will write the code for the Razorpay. So form, here I will create CSRF, and in the action I will just write a route, that is Razorpay. So like this. So in my route web.php, I am going to remove all this from here, and here I am going to create a post route that will be Razorpay, and here Razorpay controller, for example like this controller class, and then I will give the method that is for example the Razorpay. Okay, so name will be Razorpay. So this is the post route I have created. As this is a Razorpay controller, in the top I am going to call it, that is controllers Razorpay controller, but there is no controller yet. So I am going to the terminal and create the controller, php artisan make controller, and then Razorpay controller. You will see into here a new controller file comes. This is so okay, I call this, and here I am going to give here a success route, that is like this success, and then Razorpay controller success and success, and another one will be cancel. So this is the cancel route. So here are total 3 methods. One is Razorpay, another one is success, another one is cancel. So here I can call public function, then Razorpay. This inside code I will change, and here I am going to write public function success. So like this, and here I will return that payment is successful, and when there is a cancel route I will return the payment is failed or payment cancelled. Whatever you want you can give here. the main code will be here where I will write my codes. Okay, so my controller is created and I put my code into web.php and welcome, right? So here there is another one, that is the env file. I am going to set up my database now. So here I am going to create my database and its name will be Razorpay, and here my database password is root. In your case, if it is blank, you can make it blank. And here you see in the bottom, I will just apply some keys. You see, in the case of Razorpay, in the last lecture you saw that the key ID is this one and there is a security that is not showing here, but in my hand that exists because I downloaded the CSV file. So in my case, key ID is this one, and I am going to put that here into a variable. For example, Razorpay key ID, for example this one, and another one is Razorpay key secret. This one will be another one that I am going to copy from here and I am going to paste it here. So this is Razorpay key ID and this is the Razorpay key secret. Okay, those two items I will use. Now in order to integrate the Razorpay in my application, I am going to install a package. So I am going to google.com and here Razorpay PHP package. If you search, you will see that there is a library. I will install it. So this is Razorpay PHP. Okay, from here I will install it to my computer. So this is the code. Using the composer I can install it. So I am going to copy this one and in my terminal I am going to paste it. No message found. Here actually you will need to modify something, that is you will have to use a double quote here, then it will work. Enter. Yes, you see it is going to be installed on your computer. Okay, so this is installed. After the Razorpay is installed, now I will follow some things. I will integrate it. This integration is very easy and you will understand it. But before going to integrate it, I am going to do one thing, that is I am going to my database first. So localhost php myadmin, this page will come and now here I will create the database. But I am not going to create it manually here. I will create it using the command when I will go to run the migration. So first I will have to create a migration file first here. So php artisan make migration and then create. For example, I will create a payments table to receive the payment into my database when the payment will be successful. So here I create a table, that is payments table. The migration file has been created here, and here I will insert some items here. One is, for example, the payment ID. So this is very important to give your payment ID. So in this case I can call it a payment ID, or you can call it by transaction ID or something like that. After that I will use here another one, that is product name, for example. So product name, and another one is that will be quantity, so it will be like quantity, and another one will be amount. I am going to give it amount. Then it will be currency is okay. Then I will use another one, that is customer name, and another one will be customer email. In the case of Razorpay, you can also receive the customer phone number. That is not a problem at all. You can take as many items as you want. Another one is payment status. So payment status, this is very important. And then another one is payment method. Okay. So after doing that, I am going to terminal and I am going to run the migration. So php artisan migrate. Then the table will be created. But as I have no database by the name Razorpay, so it is asking me if it will create a database by this name. So I am going to put to select the yes and then enter. Then two operations are done. One is a database has been created here by the name Razorpay. If I refresh it, you will see this one comes, that is Razorpay, and another one is done, that is a payments table has been created here, and this is the payments table, and all the fields I added there comes. Okay, but there is no information here in this table, it is empty now. So okay, this is done, and now I am going to create a payment PHP artisan. I am going to create a model. So make model, which model? Payment model. So this is the payment model. If you go to the model, it has been created model, it is payment model. Okay, so now I can use the eloquent system. Now I am going to the Razorpay controller here, and in the controller now I will do something. Here in the controller top section, you see there is a request, but I have another one, that is payment model, so I add it in the top. And for the Razorpay, I will have to run a command, that is Razorpay API. Here if you go to the GitHub where I installed this package Razorpay PHP, this package, here they tell me how to use. This is use Razorpay API, and into the middle I will have to use this, so I am going to copy it. After calling it, when I am going to here it will be actually the request. So request, and in the request I will have to paste it, API equal to new API, but the API key is actually into the env file, that is Razorpay key ID. This is an environment variable that is given into the environment file .env. So in this case I can call using the env. If you want to call any env file information, then you will have to call the env function. So here I can easily call here the Razorpay key ID, and another env file is env, and here the data is Razorpay key secret. Okay, so these two items I give here. But before working with that, I am going to check another one into the welcome.php. This is very important. In the welcome.php, instead of writing manually the form, I will do one thing, that is this thing is okay, but here what I will do, here I will use a script. Okay, so what script I will write here? If you go to the Razorpay, and into the Razorpay, if you go to the main Razorpay payment, something like that. If I go here, Razorpay documentation, where is the documentation? If you go here, banking payment, you will see there are many items here. So here you can go to the payment buttons. You see that we can easily call this type of data, that is script equal to this one, but in this case I am not going to use the payment button, so I am not going to run this. I am going to the payment gateway, and in the payment gateway I am going to here Razorpay documentation, Razorpay docs, here payments, and here is payment method. In the case of payment method, payment gateway, in the payment gateway there is a web integration. In order to integrate it with the web, best practice, configure payment methods, sample course. If I go here, so here you see that the checkout code is actually this one. This is the button. If you want, you can also use this way, but I am going to use it in a different way. You see there is a script. I am going to copy it from here, and in my application here I am going to paste it. But with that I will have to use other options. You see there are many options here, right? So in my case, after giving the src, I will use the key, amount, currency, etc. I will use in another way, that is here I am going to use a new line, and here data key. Data key equal to which key? That will be the Razorpay key ID. The Razorpay key ID is the public key ID, so it will have to put here into the data key. Another field is data amount. Data amount is which item I am going to put here. You see price $7, that means 700, because in the Indian currency on rupee, so in this case I am going to convert it to the paisa. So in this way you can just put here instead of using the 7 USD, you can give here Indian rupee symbol. So Indian rupee symbol, if I want, I can get from here, copy it here. I can give here 20, for example, the 20 rupees. So here what will be this? 20 multiply with 100, that means 2000 will be here. So in this way you can give the amount here. After that there will be data button text. Here will be data button text. So it will be pay with Razorpay, like this, data button text. If you want, you can give a data image, that will be the Razorpay image if you want. And after that I am going to give here, for example, there are some notes attribute. Remember that if you want to give any custom item you can want to send, that you will receive in the case of success, then you can easily give here the notes. So notes dot, I am going to give here customer name. For example, here the customer name is this one, my name, and another one is customer email. For example, here it will be code with rfin@gmail.com. so like this. So this one, this is the name, email. If you want, you can send the product name also, data notes dot product name. Here if I want, I can give here the laptop is my product name. And here another one is, for example, quantity, data notes dot quantity equal to, for example, 1 is the quantity. And another important attribute here to give, that is prefill data. I am going to show you after sometimes later. Let's check it if it works or not. I am going to run my application. You see product laptop, this button actually comes what you give here in this location, that is data button text. Okay, so if I click here, you will see a pop-up comes, and here there is no logo. If you want to give here the Razorpay logo, so you will have to give the icon of the Razorpay or something here, then you will have to put that into the data image. Okay, so in my case what I will do, I can use, for example, Razorpay icon. I just search by Razorpay icon. If there is any photo, I am going to search. Okay, if there is any icon anywhere, Razorpay icon or logo, here I can also this is a not like this Razorpay logo PNG, for example. I need actually the PNG icon, but it is showing into another format. I am going to give CDN. Let's check it here. Razorpay. Okay, copy image link. Let's check it. Yes, this is a good icon. So here I can straight put my icon here. If you want, you can give an icon of your that is saved into your public path also, no problem. If I now go into here, if I now refresh, click on Razorpay, this icon is showing here. You see now this is Razorpay. You can only use the icon without the text here. The logo is now showing. Okay, so this is the functionality of this. What you give, if you want, you can put your own photo here also, that will also work. Now you see, you will have to give the contact detail and then use to proceed. But if you want that, you want to bypass this step, then you can set up here the prefill data. For example, data prefill dot name equal to this one. If you put data prefill dot name this one, if I now refresh it again, if I click here, the amount comes here, but phone number I will have to give here also. So here I give prefill contact probably. What can be the valid contact? 82, I give something to proceed. No, it will not. Only 10 digit number it is allowed, it is showing you, so I give only 10 digit. So here you can easily use this number. Now I am going to copy this. Let's check it. I am going to refresh it again, click here. You will see that step, the first step is now bypassed. You are automatically taken to the second step, you see, right? So here if I again give it blank, if I refresh, it is actually first time will ask you the phone number, the second time it will actually not ask you anything. So as I submit it, so it is showing it. Okay, so I can cancel this, again go, so this one. So first time you will have to give that, but next time you can bypass it. But if I do not give any prefill, what will happen? If I prefill name equal to empty, if I give, if you now refresh, it is hard refresh, I am going to give it, or here I am going to do one thing, that is I am going to make it off. So if I do like this, Razorpay, yes. Now here the prefill will work actually in the next step where there is card. Okay, so I am going to pay with card. Here you see I will have to give the cardholder's name, right? But if I give here the prefill name equal to my name, and then I will have to refresh it now, and then if I click on cards, you see automatically this is filled. So this is the advantage, that you do not need each time to give your card to give your name here. So this is the facility. So if you want, you can give the prefill name and contact or not. Contact is actually not necessary, first time it is okay. You can give the prefill name and email if you want. Here you can also give here your email. Okay, so if you want you can do that, but I am not going to give anything, only name is okay. I am going to refresh. If I give the prefill name, then I can it is prefilled, and I can give the card number, expiry number and CVV, and then I can go to the pay now. So here where I will get the sample card, if you give any number it will not actually be accepted because there are some standard card numbers. So I will search here by Razorpay card test cards. So here I am going to open a link, and here you will see all the test cards are given here. So I am going to copy this one, and now I am going to give here the card number, it is valid, yes, accepted. I am going to give anything in the expiry and in CVV, then click on the pay now. Save cards securely, if you want you can pay and save card, but I am not going to do that, because if I want to save the card now, then an OTP will be sent to my mobile number, but I use a fake mobile number, so OTP will not be done. So I am not going to use this. Pay without saving card is okay. If I click here, you are seeing that 20 rupee is going to be paid, and intermediate page will come here. If you click on the success, then the payment is going to be successful. It will hold you on 3 or 4 seconds, and then you are going to be redirected. But actually it is not showing anything, because actually I did not run any action here. So here I am going to put here request of all, so that you can understand, and in this way I will get the Razorpay payment ID using this step. So I am going back again, I am going there, the card number I am going to put, pay now without saving card. If I click on success, after the payment is successful, 4 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, yes. you see undefined variable request. Why request? Here actually the spelling mistake, it will be request. So let's try it again. Card. Here I am again going to copy it, paste it here. Pay now without saving card. Success. Wait for some seconds, 5 seconds in total. You see the token is this is okay, and another one I get, that is Razorpay payment ID. So if there is no ID I get using the request, I will understand that it is a invalid request. So I will not let the user to do anything. So in order to make to give here a security, I am just going to check it into my controller method. What things I will check it? You know, I have this data in my hand, that is Razorpay payment ID. Okay, so that means now what I can do, I can check if this request of Razorpay payment ID, then I will do something. So I give it here, removing it. I am going to close it. Razorpay payment ID, Razorpay payment ID, this one. Okay, so I am going to copy from there and paste it so that no spelling mistake. Yes. So if is set actually will be here. If I get any data here and the is set Razorpay payment ID and this one is not empty, right? So is not equal to this, it is not empty. If this condition match, then I will do something, and if there is any else, that means the invalid request, I will return the user back to the route. Which route? Cancel route. So cancel route will be here. So this is the thing, and the API I wrote, that I am going to paste it here. All my functions I will have to write in this location, and if everything is okay, the payment is successful, then return redirect. But before going there, I am going to check some other things. So API is this one, API equal to new API of this. If everything is okay, then API will be new API of this. Then there is another method. That method I am going to check into the GitHub. After checking this, you see API payment phase. So I am going to paste, copy and paste it here. That is what will be the phase. Phase means the payment ID. The payment ID is in my hand in this variable, that is request of Razorpay payment ID. So here I am going to replace by this. Okay, so this is actually the payment. I am going to put it into payment variable. So let's check it, what is coming into a payment variable. In the payment variable, I am going to check it. Okay, again going back, refresh, pay with Razorpay, and here card information, test card I am going to copy and paste it here. I give any information here, pay now without saving card, success. You will have to wait for 5 seconds. And it will taking you to the attribute. You see some other information is showing here, but here status is, you see, authorized. Authorized actually does not mean that the payment is successful. Payment will only be successful here when the status will be captured. But here I did not capture the payment, just authorized. So you will have to write some other items here, and here you see all the data. You see I see here, that is payment amount. All other things are okay. Currency equal to INR. Okay, card ID equal to this, and also email, contact, etc. given here, right? Email is showing here void because in the refill I did not put any email. If you put any email that is into the refill here, in the pre-fill, if you give any email address, then that email address actually will be shown in this location. But as I did not give anything, so it is showing the void. So it's actually up to you if you want to give here. But most important thing is here status will be captured. So I have another stage here. So I see that the payment is okay, the payment is coming without any issue. Now I am going to use the payment capture. So payment capture will be like this, that is, it will be an array variable into here, the amount equal to payment of amount. In this payment variable, you see I get all the information. So here is amount, right? So this amount I will have to pass into the capture, that is payment amount. And all this data I am going to put into the response variable. Now if I want to see what is in my response, then you will see the information. So let's check what is into the response. I am going to pay again, going back. Then here I am going to pay with card, copy the card number, paste it here. So pay now without saving card. Now click on success. It is going to take 5 seconds. Okay, it is comes. Now you see the status is captured. Captured means real payment has been now done, right? So now I can get all the data, and here notes is very important. If I click here, notes have some array, customer name, customer email, product name, quantity, etc. are in my hand now. Where I passed it, you know, I passed into the notes in this way. So if you want to add any more custom fields, you can just pass the information using the notes in order to receive that into the success. Okay, so response is okay. Now I am going to save the data in my database. Okay, so payment equal to new payment. In the top there is a payment model I called, and after that the payment of payment ID, I have some data in my hand, you know. So one is response, here actually is response. Here I can use the response. So what is in the response? In the response there is ID. If you go, this is the ID, this is actually the payment ID, pay underscore this one. Okay, so this is the first entity, and then there is product name, that is payment product name equal to response of which one, the product name equal to response of notes, and into the notes there will be product name. Why notes? You see, into the response there is a notes, into notes there is customer name, customer email, product name, quantity. So product name, so I get product name. Then next one is quantity, so here it will be quantity. Okay, and there is another one, that is amount, that is payment of amount equal to response of amount, but response of amount is in the paisa, so I have to divide it by 100 again to back it to the INR. Another one is payment of currency equal to request of currency. If you go here, the currency is straightforward here, so I get using the response of currency. And after the currency there will be payment status, not payment status, there will be customer name. I am going to save, that is into my notes of customer name here. And another one is customer, here will be email, right, customer email, and there will be a payment status, that is payment of status equal to response of status. You see the status is now captured, this will be here. And after that the payment method, So here payment, here actually not status, this is payment status, and another one will be payment method equal to Razorpay. Okay, so then save. When it will be saved, it will return me back to the redirect of success. That means here it will come. So the data will be saved into the database. So let's check it. I am going to my Razorpay login. I am going to log into my Razorpay dashboard first, and into my dashboard there is a transactions. I am going here, transactions. Okay, today there is no transaction. Now I am going to back, pay with Razorpay card, and here I will have to give the test card, pay now without saving card, success, it is waiting. Okay, you see payment is successful. If I go to the table now, payments table, that data is inserted into here, that is payment ID, and you see product name, quantity, all the data are given here. Okay, so it is working. Now if I go here, if I refresh the transaction, it actually does not come. Sometimes the payment can take some more times, or here I go here, this is the last payment I tried. So this is, you see, captured, right? 2 items were captured. The last item was captured when I used this DD response, so it is working. So this is captured, and the last one where I inserted the data into the database, then I used another capture. But other items were authorized, but those were not captured. So this is N4FC, this one, you see, this is the payment ID that was inserted here. So N4FC, this one and this one are similar. So this is the payment ID, actually the last payment. Okay, so this is the customer name, you see customer email, product name, all the notes are given here, payment method, you see which card, and payment ID, this one, customer details are giving, these details are actually the pre-filled data, so if you want you can give the pre-fill there. So all the things are working. So in this way you can easily integrate the Razorpay payment gateway in your application.